Hey there. So the last time we met, we reviewed the Declaration and the Constitution and all those good things, and I talked a little bit about checks and balances. That's what our lesson's going to be over today. Just want to review again one more time the three branches of government because that's really what happens with checks and balances. It's why we have the three branches. Okay, so you have the legislative branch. The legislative branch makes the laws. That's your Congress, made of your Senate and a House of Representatives. Second, we have the executive branch. That branch carries out the laws, all right? That branch is the president, the vice president, and his cabinet members, all right? And last, we have the judicial branch, which is made of the Supreme Court and other judges. And the judicial branch's job is to interpret the laws, to decide what they mean, and then when they make decisions, it's based on what the Constitution says. So today we're going to be reading about limiting the power of check and using checks and balances to do that. What I want you to be looking for while I'm reading today is what is the purpose of checks and balances. When you do your notes today, you're going to be looking for two purposes of checks and balances. So keep an eye out. Everything is in this packet or passage. Okay, so here we go. Looking at the picture, you can see you've got the White House at the top, and you can see arrows going to and from it towards the Supreme Court building, which is at the bottom right. And then you have on the kind of bottom left, you have the Capitol building where Congress meets. So it shows the arrows going back and forth because basically they're checking each other. So if you look in the reading, it says, the men who wrote the Constitution wanted a strong and lasting government. One way they tried to achieve this goal was by designing a system of checks and balances. The Constitution gives each branch of government the power to check or stop certain actions of the other branches. It also balances each branch's powers with the power of other branches. Checks and balances helps to make sure that no one branch becomes too powerful. For example, Congress can pass laws, but the president approves or vetoes them. The president's power is a check on the power of Congress. What if Congress and the president agree on a law that disagrees with the Constitution? If the law is challenged in court, the judicial branch has the power to decide whether it is unconstitutional. The court's power is a check on the power of the other two branches. How are the powers of the different branches balanced? Suppose the president wants one thing and Congress wants another. Congress cannot make laws without the president's signature, and the president needs Congress to pass the laws and that he wants. Their powers balance each other out. And even though the courts can declare laws unconstitutional, federal judges are appointed by the president with the approval of the Senate. Another example of checks and balances is impeachment. Suppose members of the executive or judicial branch try to abuse their power. Congress can impeach them and remove them from office. In these ways, Constitution tries to make sure that no one branch becomes too powerful. And if you look at the caption under the picture, it again states, the Constitution gives each branch of government the power to check or stop certain actions of the branches. The men who wrote the Constitution wanted a balance of power among the branches. They didn't want any one branch to become too powerful. That caption will be very helpful when you're doing your notes. Hint, hint. All right, so this is the only section that we're doing for today. When you finish with the reading, there are notes. Just have two fill in the blanks. Some of you guys are struggling with these notes. Let me show you something real quick. When you go to fill in the blank, all right, if you click on it, a text box should appear, and then you should be able to start typing in it, and then you can just go to the next text box and type in it, whatever you want, okay? Please try not to move the text boxes around or anything like that. I know sometimes it gets weird on you, especially with a Chromebook and no mouse, but try your best to keep it, around the line so that I can read it when I am scoring it, all right? The last thing you're gonna be doing is watching this video. It's called Crash Course in Government, and it's about checks and balances. It's a great review of the three branches and checks and balances. It's this guy's kind of funny too. Maybe not as funny as me. I don't know. You'll have to decide later. Let me know how you feel. All right. So anyway, you're going to, once again, answer the questions in the notes about this passage. Remember, the PDF is at the end of all of the links today, so you can just go in and read this without me speaking. Okay. You've got to answer these questions, turn in your slide, and then watch the video on Crash Course. All right. Good luck. We're going to be starting with the Bill of Rights tomorrow.